Hey everyone, Andrew White here with another powerful segment of Leading Our Own Way. Today, Megan Murphy takes us behind the scenes of her New York theatre days and reveals how those experiences shaped the Nae Nae show. Whether you're an artist, educator, or someone searching for your purpose, this conversation, I feel, will definitely help you, I suppose, lead your own way. Let's jump into part 3 here with Aunt Nae Nae, or aka Megan Murphy.
I want everybody to know that I'm doing much better now. It's like night and day from then and now.
Yeah.
It's so much better now.
Let's talk about that area then, because I think that's important, isn't it? Because they've seen, the guests have seen how positive you are. Sorry, the viewers have seen how positive you are and what you're doing and how you're leading your own way. They've heard magical things about your childhood and part of your purpose with your acting career and your travel and moving away, because you've been to a few different places, you worked away. But burnout is real, right? Burnout is real, and a lot of people are experiencing that now, and I feel like it's getting worse from my observations anyway, and the people that I talk to. I have a luxury of talking to many incredible people like yourself on this podcast, and that word comes up quite a lot in a lot of episodes. So I'm guessing if it's amongst my guests, it's amongst the rest of the population too. So talk about your burnout and where. Really, like with your depression, where did you go with your depression? How dark and deep did it go for you? Were you not working? Were you at home quite a lot? How did you struggle with that?
Well, I wasn't going out much. I was staying at home most days. I just didn't feel like doing much of anything. And let me think. I wasn't taking care of myself well. And
In what way?
It's kind of embarrassing, but like I wouldn't take a shower for a few days, or I wouldn't change clothes.
Yeah, that's depression, isn't it?
And I would just stay at home and not do anything and watch TV or look at Facebook all day.
Was that when did you move back in with your parents at that point?
Yeah, I moved back to Alabama to my parents' house.
Yeah.
Where I grew up.
And how long did this state last for then?
Well, I'm still here in Alabama, and it's been since 2018.
Sorry, I mean the depression.
Oh, you mean the depression?
Yeah, sorry. Because I use the word state and you guys use the word states.
Probably like a couple of years before it started to really, my situation in life started to improve, which helped a lot. And then it started to get much better after that.
Yeah, good. So,
but then the pandemic happened, and I stayed here for longer than I planned to. And now I'm still here, but it's okay because I'm able to do my show and work from Alabama. The plan was always to move back to New York eventually, and that's still the plan, but I don't know when it's going to happen, whether it's the 5 years from now or 10 years from now.
What's stopping you?
Or if it's never going to happen, I don't know.
Well, what's stopping you?
But I'm not worried about it.
No.
Money.
No, and money's stopping you going back to New York?
Yeah, the rent is expensive.
Yeah, in Alabama?
In New York.
Oh, in New York, sorry, yes, of course. Yeah, well, God, yeah, it is, isn't it? I've heard how expensive it is. Might have to live outside of Manhattan. Would it be Manhattan you'd go to, or would it be somewhere more like Brooklyn or Queens, or just outside?
Well, I used to live in Queens in this neighborhood called Astoria.
Oh, yeah.
Which is it's a beautiful neighborhood. It's the most beautiful neighborhood in New York, in my opinion, and I've been to them all.
Wow. I love New York. I absolutely love it. I've been many times. It's got a lot of
restaurants and culture and nice little unique shops and restaurants and stuff. And parks. It's got a Astoria Park. And it's just like a 15-minute subway ride to Manhattan, which is where most of my auditions took place.
Of course, yeah.
So it was pretty convenient.
With the depression then, what for anyone that's been through it or going through it, or even might start is spiraling and starting to go in that direction, what made you, I suppose, come out of that pit or that pivotal, the pit, that dip? What did you do to bring yourself out of that state of depression?
Well, in the beginning, my family and my parents helped me a lot by supporting me and being there for me and helping me with whatever I need, like reminding me to take a shower or cooking meals for me.
That's nice.
Stuff, just little stuff like that. And then, I made a couple of new friends and I enjoyed talking with them. And I don't know, I guess just I enjoyed visiting my nephew and my brother and his wife because we would visit them a couple of times a year, and I got to do that more often once I moved home.
Yeah.
And so I got to FaceTime with my nephew a lot, and that helped lift my spirits. And then, of course, I sought out professional help. I went to a psychiatrist and got medicine.
Yeah.
And that helped tremendously. That probably is what helped the most. And therapy, of course. And then
how did therapy help then? What sort of things did you take away from each of those sessions? Just in case anyone's maybe on the verge of wanting to go and see a therapist or is seeing a therapist, whether it works for them or not. What works for you in regards to therapy?
The kind of therapy that I go to is more like counseling. It's not like in-depth therapy. Mostly I just go and talk to my therapist and tell them what's been going on in my life that week or that month. And they give me advice like, that sounds good, or have you ever thought about this, or stuff like that. But not like the kind of therapy that some people might think of. Like, it's just counseling. It's not like in-depth psychotherapy. You know what I mean? But I think it helps me even still, despite that, because it helps just to have someone to talk to, like a listening ear that I can tell things that I wouldn't tell anybody else normally.
Yeah. So do you have friends in your life that you can open up to as well and feel comfortable about literally sharing anything with them?
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends like that, which is good too. It's good to have a good support system, whether it be friends or family or therapy or a combination of all of those.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know.
And your ongoing journey then, do you still see help now to support you along the journey?
Yeah, I still go to therapy about once a month, and I'm still taking the medicine, of course, and it's helping. But what really helped improve my mood over the last couple of years was really when I started working on the Nae Nae show. Because that was like I finally had something to do and I finally had a purpose and I knew that that was what I was supposed to be doing at the time.
That's it. And
so it gave me motivation to get up in the morning and work on the show, because it was fun. It's fun to work on.
Absolutely.
For one thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Things like that gives you purpose, and my journey is very similar in that regard. The podcast gives me purpose, right? It's why, apart from my family, the podcast gets me up, and I get to learn and give back based on my own journey, which I know my viewers all know, and I won't bore you with that right now. But I could totally see how that timeline that we've discussed, that Aunt Nae Nae, that conversation with your nephew just totally opened this new door for you and just light, and it helps you get out of bed, doesn't it? It helps you make those couple of steps, whether it's to the end of the room that day or whether it's to the end of the corridor that day. It's a lot many more steps that you were taking, being in bed or being on the couch all day watching TV and being on Facebook. It gave you purpose. It gave you a direction to go in. So I think that's the true medicine, isn't it? That's the true medication is your beautiful show. Absolutely. With your moods then, how dark would, on a scale of maybe 1 to 10, what was the darkest part of your mood that you feel that you ever went to?
Well, I never felt like I wanted to hurt myself or harm myself. I never felt like I wanted to take my life or anything like that. But I would feel like life has no purpose. What am I doing? What's the point of anything kind of mood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, I do. So going back to your acting days and when you pursued that part of your career, what was some of your favorite what's the word? I'm trying to think of actor terminology. What was your most favorite role? There you go. Your most favorite role that you've ever played or done?
I guess the most favorite role that I've ever done was playing the lead role of Maria in The Sound of Music.
Oh, nice.
Remember the movie with Julie Andrews?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I've not seen it for a very long time, but obviously it's very famous.
In Australia. But it was fun. It was just at a community theater here in Alabama. This was before I moved to New York, so this was like in 2011 when I did The Sound of Music. And I had grown up watching the movie all my life, and I knew all the songs, and it was just like a dream role to get to act out one of your favorite childhood movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got to work with kids because there's all the Von Trapp children. So that was fun. That was fun.
That's
People
amazing.
say, don't work with kids unless you like kids, because otherwise you'll hate it. And I actually loved working with these kids.
There you go. That was another true sign, really, wasn't it, to do what you do?
Yeah.
So on that then, with Aunt Nae Nae, because obviously you film predominantly with yourself, do you ever get children involved in the show, or do you ever go and actually put this show into schools? Do you go and approach school? Maybe that's an action plan you should do, is go to schools and do some of your... Do you do that already?
I haven't done any of that stuff yet, but you're right. I should go to schools and children's organizations, and I don't know if I can actually like have a kid on camera on the show.
You'd have to get permissions, wouldn't you?
Liability laws and stuff with, what you call it, like children are not allowed to work until the age of like 16 in this country. I think it is. Well, it'd be like child labor laws is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, actually, I'm going to get it for you now. I've actually had a child on the podcast. It was the daughter of a lady called Dr. Schaefer. And I obviously advise anyone to go and watch that episode. But her daughter also appeared, because this is what she did. And she sent me the books. She's amazing. She would probably come on your show, if I'm honest, if you wanted some remote recording for someone to get involved. And she's super intelligent, but she wrote these 3 beautiful books. Check these out. The Foxtails, Foxtails 2 as well. And then the 3rd one. And I got this book before it was released. So I was able to do a world premiere. Wolf Tales, absolutely incredible. She's absolutely stunning. And she's based in Michigan, northern Michigan. Yeah, so if she might be able to come on your show. She was very smart the way she talks. Sorry?
I said, yeah, that sounds great. You can send me her info
Yeah, I'll give her a
or
call.
send it to I was gonna say so you can send it to Kevin, but you can send it to me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I'll speak to Schaefer and we'll go from there. Yeah, amazing. And on that note, in Michigan, you actually spent some time in Detroit as well, didn't you? Didn't
Yeah,
you move to Detroit for a bit?
I actually lived in Detroit for a year after I graduated college. Actually, I lived in a suburb of Detroit called West Bloomfield, but it's
Hmm.
like a 10-minute drive to the main part of the city of Detroit.
Hmm.
I worked at a theater there called the Jewish Ensemble Theater. My job title was intern, which means I basically got to work in a little bit of every department of theater production, like costumes, sets, lights, sound, and I got to do a little bit of acting in their children's theater show, their children's play. We went around to the different elementary schools in the Detroit area and performed an original play for children, and I was the lead role. So that
Amazing.
was really fun and rewarding and probably helped fan the flames of my desire to work to have a kids show one day,
Mm,
cuz
amazing.
I was only like 24 when that took place and I'm 40 now.
Oh, you're only a year
So,
behind me.
mhm.
I think it wouldn't be right not to have a little sing song. I've never really had a sing. I've actually had one artist sing. Can we do a little sing song on the show for our
Yeah,
audience?
sure.
Let's do it. What we're gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sing a song called Me and My Dinosaur.
Join us tomorrow to hear more from today's incredible guests and learn valuable insights to help you lead your own way. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you then.